I thought it would be cool to try to make a friendship bracelet based on my nails. I get my nails done roughly once a month, and this time I went with these really cute bright pink and yellow nails. There's some stripes going over the yellow, and I just love the way that it looks. There are 4 major colors in this color combination, and I thought it would be perfect to make a bracelet with. So first I started by looking for a bracelet pattern that used 4 colors within my to-dos, and I very quickly landed on this bracelet, which is a pattern that I've been meaning to do for a while. This pattern technically has 5 colors, but there are 4 main colors plus an outline color, and I thought I could use white for the outline. Now this is where the real challenge started. I actually didn't think it would be difficult to find colors that matched my nails. I have quite a large string collection. I've been making bracelets for years and I've accumulated a lot of strings. And I thought that I had enough color variety to match this nearly perfectly. Turns out it was actually quite a significant struggle. It took me so long and I had to try so many colors before I landed on colors that I thought resembled the bracelet enough. And even they weren't quite perfect. I think I got really close, but it's just difficult to match to something that is there in person. Even I find it difficult often to match to bracelets that I see online and patterns that I see online. Oftentimes there's like a specific color combination in a pattern and I'm trying to match to that, and I find it very difficult. So I think I did a good enough job for the task at hand, and I actually was quite happy with the colors that I chose. So then I started to make this bracelet. This is not my first time making this pattern, though now that I've finished it, I've realized that this is actually a variation of a pattern that I made several times. So this specific pattern, I've only made this one time. This one uses less string. I think I'm used to making this pattern with more strings. The pattern that I'm thinking of is actually a pattern that I made a video on years ago, which was remaking a bracelet that I made in 2010. That was a really fun video because it used to be one of my favorite patterns of all time. And I made that bracelet as a kid a bunch. And then I found that bracelet and I remade that bracelet, and that was also a really fun experience. So this is kind of a variation of that pattern. So I thought it was really fun and cool to use it. I think my favorite part about making bracelets is actually seeing how the colors come together. It's always so special and so unique with every bracelet that you create because you come up with these color combinations and they look good together in theory and they look good together as the strings laid out, but you never quite know how it's going to look until you start making it and until you see it come together in the pattern and in the design. And occasionally there will be bracelets that completely wow you and just blow your mind with how you thought it was going to turn out. And sometimes there are missteps and it doesn't turn out quite the way that you anticipated. And that's what I enjoy about this process, and that's what I find most captivating about it. So for this bracelet, I was curious. I was curious how it was going to turn out. I was making the bracelet with segment knotting and I was doing it bit by bit. So with all of the like little squares, the rhombuses, I don't know, all of them one by one, and slowly the pattern started coming together. And I realized that I actually don't quite like it. I do like it, I don't dislike it. I think the bracelet itself looks good. I think it looked nice. I just don't think that I managed to achieve what I wanted to achieve, which was to match the bracelet to my nails. I think with the way that I did my manicure, my nails were very specifically pink and yellow, with the other pink colors kind of just slightly there with little stripes on the yellow, but it was mostly the pink and the yellow that took kind of the forefront of the actual nails. And maybe this pattern wasn't the right choice. The colors themselves, probably fine. I still think that the darkest pink is a little bit too dark, but overall I feel like the colors are fine. I think I couldn't have picked a better color combination, not even due to the fact that I just simply did not have the strings to pick a different color combination. I was quite limited with the strings that I had, but also I think there needs to be more contrast in bracelets because the knots are so tiny. If you have colors that are so close together, it's going to be difficult to tell them apart. And so having those different colors with different contrasts works better within bracelet making. So I'm not actually too fussed about the colors. I just think that the pattern was probably the wrong pattern to choose. I think the fact that a lot of the colors, well actually all of the colors other than the white, right, that's completely separate, wasn't even part of my nails at all to begin with, which is also probably part of the mistake, I guess, when I was creating this. But the problem is that all of the colors, the base colors, are kind of used the same amount. They all get the same amount of knots, and they all kind of work together the same way, which then also made the yellow stand out more than I hoped it would, because when it was supposed to be kind of the pink and the yellow together and then the other pinks kind of assisting and helping out in the background. It turned out more that the pinks, because there was 3 of them, kind of overtook, and the yellow was just there alone. So it didn't quite give the same effect. While the colors probably were fine themselves, all together it kind of came together as a different thing. And then also, yeah, the white probably didn't help. So I think probably choosing a different pattern for this would have been the key, and then maybe actually limiting myself to the actual colors of the nails and not adding a 5th one, which was the white, would have probably made a big difference here as well. So I'm curious to kind of repeat this experiment. I'm also curious to hear what you think, because this is just, my opinion. I don't think it's bad by any means. I actually like the bracelet, as I said. I think the bracelet is really cool. I'm probably going to wear it as well. It did turn out really well. I just don't think I achieved what I set out to achieve. But I'm curious to hear your opinion, because I, as a person, tend to be quite self-critical. So I don't know, maybe other people think it's fine. That can also absolutely be a possibility. But I'm curious to repeat this experiment with a new set of nails. I actually have an appointment coming up in about a week, and I don't know what nails I'm going to do for that yet. I haven't thought about it. Usually I do plan it out more or less in advance, because my nail schedule is, well, rather the other way around, my filming schedule is all tied around my nail schedule. So whenever I get my nails done, that is when I film. And it's all very closely knit together, because I need to have a fresh set of nails for tutorials that I film and bracelets that I make, because, I'm filming and then it takes me a while to actually finish the bracelets. I also have a full-time job, so this is kind of things I do in my evenings. So I don't really have that much time to finish the bracelets and then also film. So I have to, as soon as I get my nails done, sit down and quickly film so that I have as much time with fresh nails as I possibly can have. So yeah, my entire kind of schedule revolves around that, and I usually do think about what nails I'm doing quite far in advance, because I like to know what vibes are happening. And yeah, I think I haven't actually thought about what I'm going to be doing for the next time, but maybe I think about that in advance, and maybe I think about what pattern I want to do again. But specifically think about it before I even get my nails done, because I think that would be quite cool. So let me know if you find this an interesting concept. I would be curious to see, as I said, like what you think about this specific bracelet and nail combination. I think I failed, but I'm curious to see what you think. And I want to hear what you think about this concept in general, because I'm thinking of repeating this. But yeah, this is how the bracelet turned out. It actually, as I said, turned out really cute. I like it a lot. I like this pattern a lot. I've remade this many, many times in general. This is a really cute pattern. And I really like it. So I will be wearing this bracelet. I've been wearing my bracelets out more recently. I've been pretty much every time I go out now, I try to match a bracelet to my outfit, or, just generally wear a bracelet that I think vibes with whatever it is that I'm going to do. So yeah, I think this is going to be entering my rotation, and I'll be wearing this bracelet out more. So that's really fun. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video, despite the fact that I personally think that I failed. I hope it was still enjoyable to watch. My book, The Beginner's Guide to Friendship Bracelets, is now out. It is a photo tutorial book for beginners, going all the way from the basics to the more advanced stuff. I also want to give a special shout out to my patrons, and especially my top supporters. It is with your support that I'm able to create the videos that I do on this channel, and I really appreciate it. In any case, thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!